Alrighty, welcome back to another video. This is a trade recap of the 15th of December. We traded GU. So it was a win. Was a bit of a again, bit of a weird sort of execution as well as I guess because I'm trading quite a small amount, so I have to do very small lots, but it's to the point where the lots are so small that it's like you can't half it. So it's either 0.01 or 0.02. And the difference between that in terms of relativity is 100%. So it's either I risk a very small amount or a very large amount. And for this trade, I risked 0.01 and you can't half that. So I had to do two trades to, I guess, have multiple take profits or more than just one take profit. So it was a little weird, because I had to do two trades instead of just one and then like closing half the position. But let's jump into it. So GU, the day we had this massive up candle. We took out these highs here and these highs here. And we saw a bit of a, I guess, reaction off this area here, resistance, whatever you call it. So, and you could say, well, we are targeting these highs. I did sort of have that in mind. So my daily bias for today was a little unsure, unconfident, although I still took a trade. So maybe potentially something that I could maybe respect more, but let's get into it. So we had on the hourly, yeah, so a bit of consolidation once we hit this level here. And then if we go to the 15-minute, here obviously is London kill zone open. So if we look, I guess I could go into buy replay, maybe put something about here. We can see price like previous day and then also today, double equal highs. And then price came down and we saw some kind of a sweep. So that was good. And on the 5 minutes, so if we scale down a little more, we can see an inversion fair value gap and a regular one. And then this line here is the order block. So I was looking to fill, the midway point of this sort of area here. And I would take a trade on the midpoint. I wouldn't wait for a close below. Here I was wanting to wait for just a tap. And I usually do this when the risk to reward is a little worse. So if I'd have hit here and it's sort of, you know, I did have to put my thing down a little bit as well, just because, yeah, again, the entry was a little off. I did see this quite last minute. I think it was a few minutes before London Killzone open, and I was like, oh shit, that's the thing, like the setup. So it was a little bad, but I did take a trade on the tap into this. But yeah, so obviously price. I'll go down to the minute. Maybe actually we can do a buy replay on this and just see sort of what happens. So we have all these price, boom, 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 came up, and I took my first trade roughly around here. Or actually, no, maybe I didn't. Maybe it was probably around here. I took a trade just because I was quite slow, still improving, and spreads put me all the way down here. So that was my first one. And then I would have been okay. Like, so at this point, without this candle here, it was kind of going down. And I was telling myself, you know what? I'm not going to FOMO in. I'm going to let it go. And I'm not going to try chase price. If it goes back up, I'll put in another position because at this point, we still have on this 1 minute fair value gap a bit of wriggle room, because yeah, there's still a bit of a gap there. So I was prepared to add to my position, and that's what I did here. So that's why this entry is a little better than this one. But At this point, we just started consolidating a bit. So I entered here and then we start consolidating a bit. And obviously looking at this from a 1 minute, it's like, oh, you're a little skeptical. It does look like this. I'm not sure if this invalidated this or not. Actually, I don't think it did, but you can be skeptical about this on the shorter time frame. But remember, this is a 5 minute inversion fair value gap and a regular one. At this point, this price actually invalidated this 1 minute inversion. But remember, going higher time frame, it's still valid. Even though we're seeing like consolidation on the 1 minute, the 5 minutes still chilling. Um, so now we're all right. Consolidating, and then at this point we see a breakdown. I'm like, cool. This probably is going to be a good move. A good trade, a winning trade, and then price. I didn't take another trade on this. At this point, I was like, damn, the spreads here are so bad. I'm probably going to change my brokers, but um, yeah. So here, fair value gap. I was like, cool. If we can maybe go into there and close below it, then it's better confirmation. We didn't even hit the midway line. And I took my first take profit, or I closed my first trade at this line here. Boom. It says it was this trade here, the second one. It says 1.5, but it was only 1 to 1. So it was pretty bad. I think less than 1 to 1 actually. It was awful. But anyways, we continue. I moved this trade here to break even because yeah, that's protect losses. I want to come out with a W for the day, and we can sort of consolidate a bit, and then boom, there we go. So that was the trade. Quite a short one, to be honest. It was only really yeah, like 20 minutes I was in. But that those are good, right? You want it to be short and sharp, quick, saves time. But yeah, cool. Um, that's really all there is. Didn't trade anything else. Just this pair. Didn't risk as much today because I did I guess come out. I think yesterday was quite, or the day before yesterday. I think that was a decent day, and I didn't expect sort of today to match yesterday. I'd probably like it to be a little worse, so I was willing to risk less in that sense, if that makes any sense. But yeah, thank you for watching. As always, yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye.